Okay, here's a training documentation, if you so choose to call it. Gantry, hanger, whatever you want to call it. You'll get one of these and transfer from drawer to drawer while trying to do it. One person can change cages. So while it's up here, there is a servo down here that you have to be careful about. You can pull it up and then you can pull the cages out. You have to be careful of the feeder. You will hit the feeder with the part of the cage, and you can put your body nest or mouse nest in there now or while the cage is in there. To install, you have to be careful lining everything up, and as you come down in place. So you can put your mouse in after you weigh it. It seems like the best way for handling a cage lid is grabbing it by the little body mass housing over here, and you would grab it and control it with your other hand and lift it up, coming down, and be careful of the latching screws. It's very tight in here. You don't have much room. Be patient with it. To put it back into its hanging position, you grab it, bring it up, bring it over, and done. And that's all there is to it. Pretty simple. But it's kind of big and it's kind of heavy. So it's not as nice as it could be with a little bit more room, but we're short on room. Now the gantry will go from all the drawers, and it comes off easily, and then you install it by, there's a flange behind here, back here and here, and that goes up against the door jamb, and the bottom here is just a piece of metal, and it slides. Can you walk over here? It slides into this groove between the drawer and the slide. There's a space right here. Well, that space is big enough for this to keep it from sliding out. So while installing it, you have to be careful. Come down, put it against the back, and then you can push down and it slides into place. Do the other side the same way. Slides into place. Doesn't move. It's fine. So it doesn't rock back and forth, but there's no screws, nuts, or bolts to mechanically latch it down. So it's works pretty good for what it is. And you have to be careful of the tubing, how you run this tubing. It's coming down. If the tubing is underneath here while installing it, it'll be jammed up in here, and it'll be much more difficult to hang it afterwards. So note where the ground and the positive and the purge line is located for the zipper tube. And then the zipper tube can be removable with the nut, and it will come out. If you line everything up, it'll come out. And this is the suction line, and this is the line for purge. And while installing it, the servo arm, or the food access control arm, will go into the servo down here. You have to make sure that that is in its proper position. And that's as good as it gets. And I don't really have a place while you're doing that, we could, or put like a hanger to hang it up here for placement of it. To push the slide in, it's locked into place right now. There's a button here for each side of the slide to release the lock to push it in. And it will, you push it in, it will slide quite easily. So you would pull it out, put your gantry on, pull the mouse lid up, and do your housekeeping with the cage. So I hope this is good for you. So we'll continue. Okay.